So back in 2001, I had the extraordinary experience to climb the highest summit in South America. It's called Aconcagua. It's on the border of Argentina and Chile in South America, and it's about 23,000 feet. So one of the highest mountains in the world. So I actually had two really memorable experiences on the mountain that were very, very exciting. And even though we were on the mountain for about 15 days, this all happened within about 12 hours of each other. So we were getting towards the summit, and the high camp is called Nido de Condors, which is Spanish for essentially the condor nest. So it's like the highest segment of the mountain. And we got up there, and it had been really, really cold the night before. Dropped down to sub-zero temperatures, and when you're in a tent, believe me, being below zero is pretty crazy. But that morning, the sun was up, there weren't any clouds in the sky, it was just absolutely gorgeous. You look every direction, it was just this pure blue. Because you're so high, there isn't a lot of atmosphere to get in the way, so it's just this really, really crystal blue sky up there. And as I was looking out across the horizon and just looking out towards the ocean, which is hundreds of miles away, I actually looked down and I saw a 747, a huge commuter jet with hundreds of people, passengers on it. And you're so high that the plane can't get from Mendoza to Santiago by going over the mountain, so it has to fly below the mountain and around the mountain. And so there I am, standing on the ground, looking at a full 747 flying in the air with all those people on it, and it was below me. So the reflection of the sun was actually coming down on the wings and reflecting back up to me as it's flying thousands of feet in the air, and I'm standing above it. It was really surreal and breathtaking to sit there and look at what an amazing thing that was. And then I thought to myself, wow, I don't think people are supposed to see this. This is a pretty extraordinary experience. And then I thought, well, if you do see it, maybe people aren't supposed to get back down the mountain and actually be able to tell a story about it. But here I am talking about a pretty extraordinary experience. Then we went to sleep that night, so we're at a really, really high camp, and the sun started to set. And so I went and found this particular rock, and there's this memorial there for all the climbers that have died on the mountain. And so there's prayer beads and flags and little things that people have left behind just in honor of the people that didn't survive. And as the sun starts to set, when you're at 23,000 feet, it's pretty amazing, because as I look out over the horizon, I can actually see the bend and the curvature of the earth because we're so high. Normally if you're standing at an ocean, or if you're standing at a couple thousand feet or something like that, you look to the horizon. In fact, you even measure the horizon by saying that's the straightest point that you can see, unless you're at 23,000 feet, in which case it's actually bent. So that was another pretty extraordinary experience. So the end of the journey was interesting. We had 3 people that started out on the expedition, and one of the gentlemen got really freaked out. He came around the corner and saw the summit for the first time, and he decided that mountaineering wasn't for him. There were several people that had gotten injured and several people that didn't make it on other teams, and so mentally he just wasn't ready, and decided it was best for him to go to Brazil and just go to the beach and have some fun. So that was great for him, but that means the end of the journey for my partner and I is, it was just the 2 of us, which felt a little bit hollow that all 3 of us didn't make it, but it was pretty cool. And here I get to tell the story about a great experience. climbing is a really difficult, challenging thing to do. But for the right person that has a goal in mind and really sets their mind to it and does the training and does the work and has focus, it can be an absolutely wonderful accomplishment.